Okay, b'siyata d'shmaya, we're continuing the story of Maaseh Michacham V'Tam, the wise one and the simpleton, from Rabbi Nachman's stories. This is the 9th story. We're in the middle, so if you haven't caught the previous recordings, go back in the playlist. And we're up to the point where the governor is sending for the wise one and for the simpleton. And these shluchim, these messengers, were sent, a wise one to the wise one, and a simpleton to the simpleton. And the simpleton shows up, the simple messenger shows up to the simple man, and he starts to tell him, you're being called for by the governor, by the king. The king wants you to come. And the way of the simpleton was always to say, no joking here, don't mess with me. Right? Rak bli leitzanut. That was one of his famous things. Might be simple, but don't joke around with me. Eshiv lo bevadai emet, it's for sure true, without any mockery. And he got filled up with joy, and straight away he ran to his wife and said, my wife, the king sent for me. And she asked him, why? What's going on? And he had not even the freedom of mind to answer her. And straight away, with joy and agile, he moved and he started to travel with this shaliach. And he went and he sat inside of the wagon, and he found there all of the clothing that he needed from before, right, to dress him up properly to come into the king. And he was as happy as could be. That's where we left off in the last time we read. בתוך כך נשלחו מסירות על הגוורנר שהוא עושה עוולות ויעברו המלך ונתייעץ המלך ושטוב שיהיה governor איש תם. While this is happening and he's traveling to the king, the governor of this place was up to some monkey business, and the king thought, it's better I get rid of this governor and fire him and put a simpleton in his place. The next governor that I want to be over should be a simple person. שתה מנהג המדינה באמת ויושר, וחמת שאינו יודע חוכמות ומצאות והמצאות ונמלך המלך לעשות את הטעם הנ"ל governor. Why does he want a simpleton to rule over the state? Because the simpleton doesn't have all these things in his mind to make smart cities and 15-minute cities and all these different things. He doesn't have all of these plans in his head. He just wants to make sure that the citizens of the town are taken care of in a straight, honest way. That's who we need to lead the town. Serve the people with credit, with a good name, be straight and take care of the people. And he's going to have to make this simpleton, who's the simpleton. He's written in the archives of the city that his name is Simpleton, right? That's what we call him. He's going to have to be this governor. ושלח המלך פקודתו שהתם, הנ"ל ששלח הרב, הוא יהיה governor. He sends out the message to the messengers that this guy that you went to go pick up, the simpleton, he's the new governor. And he has to go through the city, the town of the governor. And he has to stand there at the gates of the city. And as soon as he shows up, hold him back, delay him, and crown him with this new position of governor. So too, this is what they did. They stood at the gates, and as soon as he came by, they delayed him and they made him wait there at the gate. And they said to him, you've become the governor. He asked and he said, don't mess with me. No mockery. What are you saying? I became the governor. And they answered him, we're not joking around. No mockery here. And immediately he became the governor with all of the power, with all of the strength of the position. And now, now that he got a new position that affects your mazal, that affects your root, So now, with the new position, you need new tools to be able to get the job done, right? Hashem doesn't give you a job, put you in a position, and not give you from up above what's needed. So now that he's a governor, his mazal starts to be machkim, his mazal starts to ascend as well. He gets a little bit more understanding of the world. And even though that's the case, he still didn't touch his chokhmah at all. He didn't go into all of these wisdoms, he didn't go into all of this. He still acted like a simpleton, even though he learned new things. And he still led the town, the city, the state, in a simple way. Be'emet uveyosher, with truth and with straightforwardness. You're not going to find any sins here, he's not taking money, he's not bending corners. Straight governor. To manage a town, to manage a state, you don't have to be such a wise person. Just in a simple, straightforward, honest way. And when two people would come in front of the governor for deen, in front of him for judgment, he would say, you are not guilty, and you are guilty. According to how it truthfully was, in the simple truth, innocence. Not tricking, not playing any games. He's guilty, but he really is the richest person in town, so let's make him not guilty, then he'll take care of me because I'm the government. None of that. Straightforwardness. He always was straightforward and truthful, and the people in his town, in his place, loved him very much. He had advisors that really loved him, and he loved them. And because of such love, one came and gave him advice. אלא המלך שתבוא לפניו, כי הלא כבר שלח אחריך, וגם הדרך שהגוונר מוכרח לבוא לפני המלך. ועל כן, אף על פי שאתה קשה מאוד, ולא ימצא בך שום עוולה בהנהגת המדינה, אף על פי כן דרך המלך בדבריו, לנטות בדבריו לצד אחר, לדבר חוכמות ולשונות אחרים. The time is going to come, he's giving advice. This time is going to come where you're going to get called to the king. And although you're a simpleton and you're doing things very simply, you're doing things the right way and straightly, and you're kasher, your whole kosher, he's not going to find anything wrong with you. And it's not on how you're leading the people either. He's not going to find problems here. Afal pichen, even though that's the case, the way of a king is to be inclined with his speech to one side. And he's going to talk to you. He's a king. He's going to talk to you in wisdom, in chokhmot, and he's going to speak to you in different languages. He's a king. The right way then, the way of life would be that when you, a governor, go to a king, you should understand a little bit of the wisdom he's going to talk to you. You should maybe be a little bit more familiar with the languages he's going to speak to you. That's derech eretz, that's the way of the world, and you should be able to answer him. Therefore it would be fitting that I come and I teach you different wisdoms of the world, and I teach you different languages. And it made sense to the governor, to the simpleton, and he said, what do I care to learn? Meaning, it's not something bad, what do I mind? Of course, why not learn some wisdom in some languages? שחברו החכם אמר לו שאי אפשר בשום אופן שהוא יבוא על שלו, והנה אתה כבר בא על חוכמתו. Immediately when he agreed to learn with this advisor, comes to his mind what his friend told him when they were when he came back to him. He says, "You will never make it to my level of wisdom." Right? Mm-hmm. He told him, "You'll never be able to get to my level. I could go to your level, but you'll never come to my level." And he says, "Right now, I'm coming to his level of wisdom." And even though that's the case, even though he knew these wisdoms, he would not use them at all. He only led his town, his state, like he did in the beginning, with tmimut, with simplicity. He started to learn all these wisdoms, and he still didn't do it. Afterwards, the king sent that this governor, the simpleton, should come to him. In the beginning, he comes and he meets the king, and the king starts to talk to him. How are you governing the town? What's going on? And all of the reports that the governor was giving, the king was very happy with him, because he saw that he's doing everything straightforwardly, honestly, in a very, very true and great way, without any trickery, cheating, games of politicians that go on all the time in every place. And then the king wanted to start to get into chokhmah and languages and wisdoms. And the Simpleton was answering him properly. And now he sees, this is amazing. When it comes to leading his town, he's got it down. When I start to go on a higher level of speaking with him in different languages, he's answering me, he's with me. I see that you're such a wise person. And even though you're so wise, you act with such straightforwardness, with such simplicity, with such honesty. This was amazing in the eyes of the king. You're a straightforward person, you're an honest person, you're real, down to earth, authentic, and you know wisdom and languages, and you still choose to act this way. I want to make you a minister. Not just a governor. I want you part of the government. And you're the minister of all ministers. Vetzivalo makom yuchad. He gave him a unique place. Shesham yeh yeshivato, that he should sit there, right, in the office. Vetziva sheyibenelo chomot naot umefarot keraui. He built him beautiful walls. The king wanted him to make sure that he has nice, beautiful walls, decorated, beautiful, invested in. And he gave him a letter of this appointment of a new role. Minister Kanal, that he should be the prime minister, the minister over all ministers. And so too, that's what it was. They built him buildings in the same place that the king said. And he went and he received all of this might and this level of importance that he was given. He received it with strength. I'm going to stop here just because from here we start to go into the whys, and it's always a lot longer, the whys. So we'll stop here, and when we get back to the whys, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll start to develop how was it that the wise one received the messenger of the king. What we learned here so far, in this part, we can just something that we can take away with. As long as we know that there's not a mockery inside us, or in what others are telling us, we should make moves and we should go with simplicity and move forward. Right? He said, the king's calling for me? Don't mess with me. The king's really calling for me? Yeah, no, he's really calling for you. Okay, let's go then. Let's start moving with simplicity, with authenticity. And when you start to move, they're going to start to show you new levels, wisdoms, languages, new levels of development, even on your path of simplicity. As you go and you embrace your role, you start to get exposed to different things. The question is, do those things taint you and change how you act? Or do you stay on your path of simplicity? You stay true to what you know. And if you stay true to what you know, so then even if someone comes and says, hey, can I teach you more? Say, yeah, no problem, why not? It's not going to change how I behave. It's just going to add more knowledge. And then when the king calls you and he wants to talk on that level of depth, okay, I like how you're acting, and I like that you also learn. I want to give you a new position. And you get all these promotions, you keep moving on in life. Why? Because you're staying true to yourself. You're not negating that even though it's true to yourself means you're a simpleton. Who's to say that doesn't mean I have to learn? And once I learn, who's to say that that learning has to affect how I behave? If I'm behaving in the wrong way, then it should. It should make me behave in the right way. But if I'm okay in how I'm behaving, I just happen to behave in a simple way without all these different crazy advice in my head and trying to make, if I help that person, then I'll get it back in this way. No. Just simply to do the right thing. The king will continue to promote you and to move you forward and give you more wisdom and give you everything you need without removing you from your own path. B'ezrat Hashem.